What is up, guys? The X402 Infrastructure Dream Team has assembled. This is being streamed live to the Patreon. Of course, you guys in the Patreon get the live stream of the pre-records. And towards the end here on the Patreon, I will also hit you guys with a new gem that I have. If you guys are on the regular channel, definitely come over to the Patreon to get the full video. But let's get into it here. Ripple joined the X402 Foundation as a premier member. Okay. Shout out to Max. I know he did a video on this and he broke down what the X402 Foundation is. Just like he broke down X402 with graphs. We're not going to do that. Brother Max did a really good job at doing that. So definitely go check out his video. If you guys don't know what X402 is, we've talked about it a few different times on our channel here, but there may be some newbies. So if you guys don't know, but let's go ahead and continue here. Ripple is proud to join the X402 Foundation as a premier member. As AI agents begin to take on more of a transaction lifecycle, they'll need a way to pay that's fast and reliable as the way that they've already exchanged data. We have been helping build that future on the XRP ledger with tools and infrastructure developers need to enable agentic payments, including support for X402 that enables agents to transact using XRP and RLUSD today. We're looking forward to contributing to the foundation's technical and governance work as we help advance open standards for the next generation of internet native payments. Okay. So this is it, right? X402 is basically paving the way for the next generation of internet payments, right? Like how fast can we quickly get there? That kind of remains to be seen, but I'm sure by 2030, we'll be fully there, which sounds like a long way away, but really it's less than 3.5 years away. So there's that. AI agents need a native way to pay. Today, we announced the operational launch of X402 Foundation to help enable community-based innovation in open payments with initial support from 40 member organizations and institutions. Now, this is funny that this was right on the eve of the DTCC tokenization soft launch. So they announced it right before the soft launch happened. Now, not only were they announcing that, right? Also, Near announced that they joined the X402 Foundation to advance open infrastructure for the agentic economy. Near is working alongside global leaders such as Amazon Web Services, American Express, MasterCard, Stripe, and Visa to build an open stack for agents from universal payments to private inference. They also announced this July 14th, a day before the whole DTCC thing went live. And here, if we show, shout out to Max, we did a collaboration episode a couple days ago with X402, right? In which we told you guys about Quant joining the X402 Foundation, right? So I'm really excited here that my channel, like we've been at the forefront of talking about X402, and I'm excited to keep talking about it. I really think this is the future of where crypto is headed, and the companies that are leading in this space, I think, will be big winners when it comes to the future. You can see some other companies that we've talked about before on here as well. Aleo, right? Privacy payments, working with Canton and ZEBEC. Scale, we brought the former CMO of marketing on to talk about Scale. Of course, we've talked about Quant, and shout out to Max with Quant. And there's some others in here, right? Casper, Injective, Cardano, BSV, right? Layer Zero, Stellar, of course, Circle, which we know Circle's connected to ZEBEC. Circle, Google, and MasterCard is connected to ZEBEC, as well as Coinbase. And then we have Fiserv. Fiserv's also connected to Metallicus. So we got a lot of different connections there when it comes to X402 and X402 payments. But let's continue on here and let you know some things that Near has been doing, right? They published a couple articles where they said Near is accelerating towards deflationary status. Despite macro conditions, Near's volume, capture rate, and quoting efficiency are compounding to increase protocol revenue and push Near towards the deflationary threshold where buybacks outpace issuance. Okay. So Near's rapidly getting there. They have some stats, some metrics on here about volume, all-time volume with Near intents. You don't have to be a chart wizard to know this is going up. And then share of fees captured as revenue. 30% of their fees over the last 30 days. So lifetime has been 11.5. Last 90 days, 17.9. Last 30 days, 30.5%. Net revenue, BPS, so you can see a bunch of different graphs here where they're just gaining more and more money here as a platform. So one of the things I like to touch on really quickly is with Quant. Again, Max and I have shared this in previous collaborations here. Pipe Dream, right? There's so many different things that Quant connect to as far as through APIs, right? And basically this API is a giant composite, meaning if you can automate and connect to the overledger, then the overledger can connect to every single thing here. It's like Claude AI, Slack, OpenAI, Amazon Web Services. There's so many, Microsoft Teams. I can go on for days. They even have like Algorand in this list. Let's see here. Algorand Developer Portal. Like the list goes on and on and on. There's so much stuff that Quant could connect to. And I'm sure there's things on here that can connect to that might not even be published, right? So imagine now you can do AI payments, agentic AI payments with all of this. Alibaba Cloud, Amazon, right? So this is the future. This is happening. And Quant always said it's like the internet of trust, right? And of course, you would need trust to do AI payments with this stuff. Quant could be the conduit connecting all of these different agentic AI payments, with Ripple being the internet of value, connecting all the AI payments with a stable coin like RLUSD or Circle's USDC or any other stable coin like that. So literally, when you look at this, right, going back to the other post here, you literally have like the Voltron, if you will, the dream team of infrastructure with Quant, Near, and Ripple joining the X402 Foundation, right? And also, we've had rumors here recently. I don't have an article for this, but we can talk about this in the future show of Stripe possibly buying PayPal. So Stripe and Visa and PayPal and the machine language protocol, machine payments protocol, all of that dovetails and connects right in here with X402. It's going to be a glorious time. It'll be interesting to see what happens with PayPal stock, but I digress. Let's continue on here. And you guys in the Patreon, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll get to them towards the end here. Nice to see you guys in the house. What's up, Marty McFly? What's up, Kevin Garrett? Let's continue here. And like I said, I have another gem dropping in the Patreon that we're going to talk about at the end of the end of the video Patreon. So you definitely stick around, patrons, because you'll get the full video. But let's continue here. So the state of NEAR, they put this out here recently. I showed you this graph here. But remember, in 2017, Ilya Polosukin, was a machine learning researcher at Google. So he was working at Google when he co-authored a paper called "Attention is All You Need" that quietly rewrote the trajectory of the entire technology industry, especially when it comes to AI. He wrote the paper that basically would define transformers, right? So, shout out to Ilya and that. But this guy, the CEO of NEAR, basically he's a big deal with Google chops, right? So there's even connections we've made with NEAR and NVIDIA, which that NEAR and their technology might actually be embedded into NVIDIA devices, right? So that's really interesting to think about, right? And with NEAR sitting at the price that's sitting at right now, if it is like it claims to be the settlement layer for agentic AI and it's embedded into NVIDIA devices, and we know that it's earning money and it continues to increase the revenue it's earning and change things like its gas fees and things like that to push more revenue and buybacks towards the token. Could it be a stretch for this to be $100 token NEAR? Could it be a stretch? I honestly don't think so. Like imagine it being like almost like the Tesla, the blue chip of agentic AI, right? A 50x from here is not crazy to think about in the next couple of years. But let's continue. We're going to give you some reasons why that could be here. So here they gave us here that their revenue generated as of June 24th, 2026 is 36.4 mil. That has since been updated. The last one we got here, July 15th, which is today, is 38.39 mil, in revenue, real time, right? When it starts getting up into the hundreds of millions and say a billion, definitely could see NEAR at $100 a coin. But right now, you're getting a bargain at $2. But anyway, not financial advice. NEAR captures a growing share of revenue fees as gross revenue, feeding buybacks that permanently remove NEAR from circulation. Okay. Going back here. So institutional demand. This is one of the things that really caught my eye. Demand side structure around NEAR is broadening across multiple channels simultaneously. Sovereign, a NASDAQ listed company, is accelerating towards 10% of NEAR's total supply. Okay, so this is a DAT, a decentralized asset treasury for NEAR. Like Canton has one, and XRP has one with Evernorth. So this is basically NEAR's version of Evernorth, right? A long duration conviction position that anchors the strategic holder base with other funds building alongside it. Institutional validators are earning native yield through staking, adding another layer of programmatic demand. On the listed vehicle side, 5 products are already live. Bitwise and 21 Shares both offer NEAR staking ETPs. Virtune offers a staked NEAR ETP. Grayscale has a near trust, GSNR, and Valor carries near SEK. 2 additional filings are pending regulatory approval, a Bitwise near strategy ETF and a Grayscale near ETF. So again, this is going to put more, this is going to diamond hand more near tokens in the future here. So again, I'm liking where near is going in reference to that. Gotta think that means even more for the price, right? Of course, not financial advice there, but the infrastructure for institutional capital to enter near at scale has expanded significantly across third-party custodial solutions, staking, and regulated exposure. And then where near is going, every major category eventually settles on default. You don't deliberate over which engine to use, which cloud to deploy on, or which tool to message a coworker. The category and the default become synonymous. Google, Amazon Web Service, Vercel, Slack. The strategic question for near isn't whether AI money becomes a category. It's rather near becomes the default when it does, which is very interesting the way they phrase that, right? And then they have here the agent market that they have up and running, combined with Intents and Ironclaw, produces what Ilya described as Upwork with full audit logs. So they already have an agentic market in which you can actually do near intents with that too, and hire an agent, and the agent can go hire other agents to do tasks. This is kind of in its infancy stage, this market, but it has really big potential to do things like, one of the things I saw on the market is that they were doing like Medicaid fraud to figure out Medicaid fraud. And this agent isn't going to have feelings with that. It's just going to find whatever it believes is fraud and report it. So I think this is going to be a growing category for businesses where they hire these agents to do certain tasks that a human might have some remorse about, right? So I think this will be a growing field in the next couple of years, but it's happening right now, right? Okay, and we got a couple other things we want to show you from near two here, but we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's talk about this part too. Quarter two delivered foundational layer, which included a full confidential loop. So they have confidential intents, which will be important for governments and things like that to use in a safe manner. The first tokenized real world assets, perpetuals via Hyperliquid, and the near 3.33 incentive program. Quarter three brings the institutional and partner services, tokenized US equities and treasuries. They're helping with that. B2B earn, B2B confidential intents, and prediction markets. Quarter four is where the AI layer arrives on top of the financial rails, agentic functionality embedded on near.com, AI portfolio management, and a continued expansion of our tools, RWAs, and custom assets. What began as cross-chain crypto infrastructure is becoming the money rail for AI finance. The product surface stays the same. The market it addresses does not. Okay. And we have some different graphs to show you here that explains this in a great manner. But let's continue. So near intent payment scheme has been migrated into Stripe. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Stripe and Tempo's machine payments protocol as a supported payment method. Agents can now settle payments in any asset on any supported chain via MPP. So not only can they do this with crypto payments via X402, they can do this with card payments via MPP, because X402 doesn't yet have that, but Machine Payments Protocol does. Okay, so they can accept regular card payments. Not only that, via X402, they can communicate to machines if they want to as well. That's another that's another thing that they get with the Machine Payments Protocol. So agent to agent, agent to machine, agent to human, agent to crypto, agent to card. Like they have all of that. So very, very, very cool there, right? And MPP is going to make that possible. So again, if you can privately invest in Stripe, I know like accredited investors probably can do that. Might be a good idea. The user owned AI stack, Near protocol. Okay, so they're giving you kind of the multi-layer stack that they have. 1 million TPS and verifiable benchmark, 100% uptime to date. Near intense, confidential intense, near AI cloud, Iron Claw, agent market, native account model, house of stake, and then on-chain revenue and buybacks. Whole stack there. I want to remind you guys of these metrics here from Artemis, where they say here agents are becoming a new class of internet user, company worker, buyer, and economic actor. Cloudflare expects AI bot traffic to surpass human traffic by 2027. Slack expects agents to outnumber humans on this platform within 2 years. Microsoft sees users shifting beyond humans, and Jensen Huang has described NVIDIA operating with 7.5 million agents for 75K employees. So again, Cloudflare expects, and Cloudflare is a member of X402 Foundation, expects AI bot traffic to surpass human traffic by 2027. So literally less than 6 months away, right? Slack expects agents to outnumber humans on this platform. Microsoft sees software shifting beyond humans. And Jensen Huang thinks that 7.5 million, they're operating right now with 7.5 million agents or described it. They described it. So it might not be right now, but he describes that happening, where it's 7.5 million agents for 75K employees. So this is the world that Artemis, a very prominent investing thesis platform, okay, trusted by stablecoins, Visa, McKinley, Van Eck, Sequoia, and Ribbit. This is where they're projecting things to head, right? I just wanted to show you guys this as well. Near governance passed an HSP 027 on July 8th to eliminate the 30% developer gas rebate, redirecting all network fees, gas fees to token burns instead of partial rebates to cover smart contract owners. So basically what this means is 100% of the gas fees paid on Near will be burned, contributing to making Near deflationary in the long run. Okay. Now I think 100% of the gas fees on Near will be actually Near will be bought back. He said burned, but I think that's inaccurate. I think it's going to be bought back. Okay. Whether burned or bought back, because Near does have an inflation level. But if we go back to that graph that we read, they said they wanted to get to a deflationary threshold where buybacks outpace the issuance. So not burns, but buybacks outpace the issuance. So I think he might be a little inaccurate in the wording he used there. But needless to say, it's a buyback. It's taking Near out of circulation, and it's continuing to make near deflationary, which we want and we love there with that. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about near, quant, and Ripple joining the X402 Foundation? Is X402 the next wave? And patrons, definitely stick around because we're going to continue to show. Is X402 the next wave of the market? What X402 tokens are you guys looking at? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it to the end, definitely hype the video, definitely like the video, and put near in the comments, and that'll let me know that you made it to the end. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.